Right, farmers, it's Monday the 13th of February and we're back with some mods. Right, first up we've got Old Wooden Shed. This is by Raider, 2.65 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and sheds. So we'll scroll along to find it. There it is, 15 grand to place down, and it's a small wooden shed. Nicely detailed though. I mean, it's sort of like the haphazard way of that they've nailed the boards on the side. That's ace. Obviously you got a bit of dirt, bit of grime in the roof, you know, because that sort of thing does happen. Yeah, I mean, it's not big, but sort of, you know, small piece of equipment, maybe bales or pallets onto there, no problem. I like it. Right, next up is something very tall indeed. This is Water Tank. This is by Perrin Moddings, 6.55 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and containers. 28 grand. Obviously, it's a water tank. And it's very tall. I mean, it's like one of those things where you carry on looking up and you get a bad neck just by having your head tilted back that way. Now, what this is a buy-inable water point. So you come up there and obviously you fill up your tanker, whatever you're using, and you do have to pay money for it. But if you want one of those sort of old school American ones, yeah, this would do you nicely. Right, next up is hay storage and ventilation. This is by Austria Modding, 6.11 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu, and the first one is going to be under silos. So we'll scroll along for that one. They are 60 grand, and obviously this is going to be a storage for your hay. Fair enough. And the second one is going to be under productions and factories. So we'll scroll along for that one. They are 80 grand, and this is going to be a grass dryer. Bit different. So obviously you take out from both, and they're all set up, both of them set up the same, to be fair. You take out from this side, then you come around this end. Obviously you put in by the, I'm calling it a turbo hoover, because it looks like a turbo you get on a car, but obviously it sucks it all in. That's fair enough. Obviously you load into there, then this one is going to be your production chain, so you would click on that like that. So you've got 1,000 in, 1,000 out, that's always good. Obviously drying it out, turn it into hay. Yeah, I like them. Very nice. And next up is Silo Facility. This is by Missy B, 3.44 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and silos. So we'll scroll along for this one. They are 250 grand to place down, but it's going to hold 15 million litres. Obviously 4 big bins. 15 million. Oh, that's awesome. Load in, load out at the front, and on the website it says silo to store all types of crops. It's multi-fruit silo. 15 million litre capacity multi-fruit silo. That is awesome. Big on the footprint, mind you, but still 15 million. Excellent. Right, next we're going to mix it up a little with food mixers. That's a terrible joke, but alright, carry on. This is by Shabba, 5.65 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu and under productions and factories. So we'll scroll along to find them. They are both there. 22 grand each. One's going to be for TMR, as you can see on the side, forage mixer. And then we've got the other one. It's going to be for pig food. Fair enough. The sort of writing on the side gives it away which one's which. So obviously you dump your stuff in the top, take it out at the pipe. Same on both. So we'll go into there like that, production chain menu. So for the TMI, you're going to need 500 litres of silage, 300 hay, 200 of straw, gets you 1,000 TMR, which is basically a 1-to-1 mix when you add it all together. And then for the pig food, you're going to need 600 corn, 250 sunflower, and 150 potatoes, which is the same 1-to-1 mix. I mean, it's even got it there. It's got a menu on the side. Silage 50, hay 30, straw 20. What about that one? Yeah, it's even got that there. Maize, which is corn in the UK, 60, sunflower 25%, potato 15%. I like them. They're very nice. Right, next up is the Finnish Machinery Sheds. This is by Farmery99, 7.77 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu and under buildings and sheds. Now we've got one with doors, 14.5 grand, and then one without doors, 12.5 grand. Fair enough. So obviously the one without the doors is the shed. Yeah, nicely detailed in the framework underneath. Then you've got the tiles on top. I like that. We'll come over here. You've got the one with doors. Open it up like that. Obviously the same inside as the other one. Now, These are concertina doors. Are we going to get ourselves all messed up? Open that one. Yeah, it's one of those sheds. You have to be a little bit careful with that. So open up that one. Can we open up this one? Yeah, we can open up that one. We're gonna get ourselves locked in. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, quick, run out quick. There you are. Oh, I like that. I mean, nicely detailed though. Very nice. And next up is crops and machinery storage. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy, 4.64 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and sheds. There is 270 grand to buy. And he's rather large, I must admit. Obviously, you've got this big open area at the front, although you can't really fill that up too much because you've got these doors that open here. So we'll come up to like that. B, open gate. Job's a good one. So that one opens up. And inside. Very nice. And we've got this door here. We'll open up that one. And then we'll open up that one. I've got a bit of a concertina on the go there. We'll close that one up quick. We've got this door that we can open up as well. Go on that side there. Bit of a smaller area. Then we'll come down here. And we'll open up that door to get out the side. I like that. That's right. I mean, the only issue I'd say is this area here, you can't really get into it because obviously you've got the wall that goes straight down there and there is no opening doors from the outside. But apart from that, that's a big building. Yeah, you could be able to store loads of stuff in that. Very nice. And next up is direct seeding. This is by Zeitgeist. It's 37.65 megabyte on the download, and the easiest way to find this is to come down to your mods and DLCs. Now what this basically does is turn any seeder that's got a power harrow or disc harrow on the front of that into a direct drill. Yeah, but we've got two cultivators there, two power harrows or disc harrows on their own. And you're not going to be able to seed with those, but all right, fair enough. They're normal standard base game ones, so there's nothing special in that sense. It just allows them all to be direct drills, which is all right, actually. I mean, what's the biggest? We've got a 3 meter there. They're 3 meter. That's a 3 meter. That's a 3 meter. So they're all fairly small. I mean, biggest one there is the Venta 4030 at 4 meter. Oh, they've got a 6 meter there with that one, the HR 6040 RCS. But that's just the power harrow on its own. Other than that, it's going to be that one, the 4 meter. Still, though, if you're doing a bit of small farming, yeah, direct drill. Right, next up is the Sepnusel F240. This is by Bialy, 1.17 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under mowers. So obviously it's going to hook up to your front. Well, actually, to be fair, you can hook up to your 3-point on your back as well. But all right, fair enough. 40 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 2.4 meter working width, 12 mile an hour working speed, 12 grand. That's not bad at all. Then you've got the options without covers or with covers. Well, middle shields, I put my teeth in. Side shields, all of them or nothing. Then you've got the main colour. You go for whichever one you want. Fair enough. Then design colour. Obviously, that's going to change the framework. Yeah. Front mower. Very nice. Next up is the 3-point leveler blade. This is by Marcelo 22, 2.87 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it on the levelers. Now it's got a 2.4 meter working width, 1,900 to buy, and it's got a 200 extra price. But then the cheapest paint job is grey, which is an extra 200. So it is 1,900 as standard. Obviously, the only option is to change the main colour, just like that. Changes it up. Obviously mounts to a 3-point. Yeah. Use it on your bunker silos. Very nice. Right, next up is the Flegel Combi Bale Fork. This is by Rick Black Label TWD Modding. 0.94 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it on the front loader tools. Now, this looks ace. Obviously, it's got the 4 spikes on it for a bale fork. That's going to keep them nice and steady. Oh, I like that. 780 to buy. No options, comes as it is. Yeah, very nice. Well, we're going to stay with baling, and we've got the Lizard 11400. This is by Grubby, 1.23 megabyte on the download. This is going to be found under bale loaders, so you can be able to do 2 bales at once with this. That's all right. 1,250 to buy. The options are change the main colour. We'll go with a pink. Changes the main frame. Design colour is going to change the spikes. Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to do square and round bales with that. Just spike them on there. Very nice. And to finish off the trifecta of bale loading shenanigans, we've got this, the homemade lizard fork. This is by Velux and Gliga, 1.79 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under bale loaders as well, 850 to buy. Obviously, this is more shaped for the round bales rather than the square ones. Hooks up to your 3-point, no options. So if you've got some round bales, get this one on the go. Right, next up is the Lizard MDT. This is by Holtz FS, 4.55 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under low loaders. Now, this is ace. It's got an 80 horsepower requirement from your tractor, £6,000 to buy. And we'll get to it in a minute because this is ace. Obviously, it's a low loader, so you sort of load it from the side, but those little ramps, brilliant. Makes loading things on a lot easier, especially things like, I don't know, cedar or something like that. Just back up onto it and then away you go. Now, you've got options. You've got the length 8 meter as standard, 12 meter or 8. I mean, that 12 meters huge. Look at the state of it. You then got warning sign standard, G1, which is actually a beacon on the back. G2 is a beacon on the front, and G3 is a beacon on the back and front. Fair enough. You then got main colour. You go for whichever one you like on there. Now, this is A, so we'll hook it up, and then we'll do LB and A lower. There you go. Obviously, it lowers it right the way to the ground. Just makes loading things on there loads easier. Obviously, you're backing up with a tractor or whatever. It's going to bump up a little on the slope, or you just handboarding stuff on. There's straps as well if you want to use them. I like this. I mean, the only thing I particularly don't like, and this is just me, is the swivel axle on the front. Gives it a great turning circle, but you know what I'm like with reversing these things. It's it's a little interesting once you get going, but that's just my personal preference. The actual trailer itself is ace. Massive area for you to load stuff on. Very nice. Right, next up is Self-Made Front Tank. This is by Marius Fuss by Deutsch 631. I hope I pronounced that correctly. 1.74 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this on disprayers. And obviously, this is going to be a supplementary tank. So if you've got a small sprayer on the go, add this on the front, adds a bit of extra capacity. 350 litres, 4,300 to buy. There is no options. Obviously, hooks up to the front, 3-point, and away you go. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Coupling of Tooth Harrows. This is by Armour Hale, 2.89 megabyte on the download, and this is ace. You're going to find it under cultivators. What makes this great is it only requires 80 horsepower from your tractor, but it's got a 9 meter working width. Yeah, you're going to be able to use a tiny tractor with that. 7 mile an hour working speed, 18,000. The option is change the colour, blue, red or green. You go for whichever one you want. 80 horsepower for a 9 meter working width. That is brilliant. Right, next up is the Lemkin Vario Pack 110. This is by Niku Pix, 4.68 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under cultivators. Now, it's got a 30 horsepower requirement, 4 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed. That's all as standard, 12,990 to buy. You then got options of work lights, lights with turn signals, or work lights, and you come down, you've got working width 4 meter, 4.5, 5 meter, that puts that horsepower requirement up to 40, 6 meter, that goes up to 50, and then back to 4 meter. I mean, even so, 6 meter, 50 horsepower requirement, that's all right as well. Very nice. Right, next up is the Pickup 2018 facelift. This is by Tommy, 7.87 megabyte on the download. You're going to find the pickup itself under cars and the salt box onto winter equipment. So we'll go into this one first. 680 litre capacity, 6 metre working width, 15 mile an hour working speed, 6,500 to buy. Options are change the colour of the chassis to grey if you wanted to, or orange. Then you can have blue or grey on the top. Fair enough. Now, this is where the fun begins, into the pickup itself. So it starts off with 250 horsepower engine, 124 mile an hour top speed, and then it's going to cost you 43,000. You can change the engine output up to 300, 450, which actually gives it a top speed of 165. Well, that's kilometers an hour, so I don't know what that is, working it out with the maths. Fair enough. Or back to 250. Now we're going to leave the SR version on because that does open up a couple of extra options further down. Now, the wheel setup, there's some decent ones on there. Look at them. Oh, they look ace. Design, so we've got standard, matte aluminium, so it's going to do all like the accent bits around the grille and the door mirrors. Glossy black or standard, so we'll leave the black on. Lights design, standard. Light pack or standard, so we'll leave that on. Dashboard configuration. Now we'll try and zoom in a little because it changes the dashboard to a sort of digital one. Oh, I like that. That's all right. Then we'll come back around because we've got an LED bar. So we've got standard, spotlights, LED, spotlight and strobe or standard. So we'll leave the spotlight and strobe on. Then you've got attaches, standard or salt box. Now this is important. We'll come back to that in a minute. Then you've got chassis color. You go for whichever one you want. It's going to change the main body. Then you've got seat color. Now this is only on the SR version, so we'll go into that. We'll change that to blue. Change the center parts of the seats. And then the caliper color, again, this is only on the SR version. Obviously you got to go for red. Red calipers all the way. And then rim color obviously does the rims. Now come out to it. That looks brilliant. Brilliant. So we'll start it up, turn the lights on. Oh, excellent. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Right, got L, B and A, unfold the car. Now, obviously this is where the attacher comes into it. Now, I could back this up under there. It'd go under, but it won't get the attachment part. So we're going to jump into this one that has got the salt box option on it. We'll reverse in. Oh, it's already started. Right, come on. There you are. Back it up. When you're ready, there you are. So just ease it in. Obviously, you're going to get that attachment there. So attach up. All nice. No problem. Remove that one out of the way. And then we'll go jump into the Barbie pickup truck. Because that's basically what it is. Oh, pink pickup truck with copper rims. Why not? So we'll back it underneath. And then get it lined up like that. Obviously, it's exactly the same place as on the other one, but because we haven't got the soapbox attacher, it's not going to attach. So just bear that in mind. If you want to use it as a salt spreader, you need to get the soapbox attachment on the back. But then you miss out on that amazing light bar on the back there. That's ace. Oh, I like this pickup truck. Very nice. And the last mod for the day is the Lizard TR Old. This is by Agrotono, 12.22 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under cars. Now it's got a 104 horsepower engine. That's a lot on a quad bike, isn't it? 80 mile an hour on a quad bike. All right, fair enough. 12,100 to buy. You then got the options, usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Come down, we've got handlebar. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back to 1. Front prop, standard. Plastic front sticker, that's just on the sort of bonnet really. Or coloured front sticker, or nothing. Then we've got grille, standard, or grille that puts those, I'm going to call them bread racks. Right, fair enough. You then got the bread racks with the round lights, with an LED bar, or a bumper, or with round lights and the bumper, and the LED bar, or back to standard. So yeah, we'll go with that. You then got back prop, so that's that sort of pad at the back underneath that rack. Is it black or metallic? There's 2 options on that. We then got side, plastic side, coloured, or without side, although they can see the engine then, but all right, fair enough. And then you got the lighthouse, so you've got standard, lighthouse 1 black mask. Oh, some of the names in here, although to be fair, I have now lost it. All right, what's changing on that? Doesn't seem to be a lot changing. Oh, it's a headlight 2 coloured. I was changing the headlights, right? Fair enough. Got you. All right, fair enough. Then you got the camouflage. So you got standard, camouflage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or back to standard. Attachers. You've got standard or a rear hitch, or a side hitch, or standard. Then you got main colour. Ooh, oh, yes. Let's chrome it up with this rear and side hitch. Oh, excellent. Design colour. We'll go over red. It's going to do all the suspension parts. And then rim colour. Oh, we'll go with red rims. Why not? Oh, that looks awesome. Now, there's a couple of things with this, which is ace. So we'll start it up. If you do L, B and right stick left and right, Start the engine, that's better. LB and right stick, left and right. You can lower it and raise it on the suspension. If you do RB and right stick up and down, you can stand up on it. Oh, excellent. So, whilst we're here, just happen to have a little bit of a ramp place, so we're going to give it a little bit of a jump while stood up on it. Oh, why not? Oh, I like that. That is ace. Love it. We've got a couple of updates. We've got additional pallet storage by GH66 Mods. Seed Potato Farms Buildings Pack by Dazed. The Converland Optima V Custom by JH Modding. The Pottinger Boss Alpine Pack by Mr. Steyer and Lintner Power. And the Massey Ferguson 8S US EU Series by KRKZ Modding. It's a current testing list that Giants are working on for console, and there's 30 on there. That's alright indeed. So that's your mods done for you. Drop in the comments below which one's your favourite. We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But from me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.